Aloha Blues fans, and welcome to the BlueNote Fan Report. This is the second episode of the second season of my show. I'm your host, the Hawaii Blues fan, and I'm so happy to have you here with me today. Man, I got to tell you, I'm excited about the Blues season. I really am. There's things that are happening. I was going into this season kind of cautious, but I got to tell you, I'm starting to like what I'm seeing. We'll talk about that in a second, but I want to talk about what I'm wearing first. I'm wearing my 90s era, affectionately or unaffectionately known as the clown jersey. Now, the Blues have come out and announced that for 3 games this year, they're going to play with this jersey. And there's some people that love this jersey, and then there's people that hate this jersey. And I get both ways. I really do. I understand what's with the jersey, the different colors, all of that going on. And that's fine. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. This is my impression or my opinion. First of all, this jersey is part of our heritage. I would love to have an original 68, 69 jersey, somewhere from that first couple of seasons. I'd love to have some of those. The early 70s, the late 70s. I'd love to get jerseys from all the periods. There's no one period in Blues hockey, including the aughts, when the Blues really sucked after the lockout, that I wouldn't want, because it's my team. I'm going to support them. I'm going to love them. I'm going to hate them. I'm going to cry. I'm going to curse. I'm going to scream. But they're my team. They're your team too. And that's why I don't have a problem with the Blues using this jersey or why I'm wearing it. In fact, I'm going to get a new one. This one's gotten a little small on me. Put on a few pounds since the 90s and maybe grew an inch or two. A little big kid back then. So let's talk about our Blues. They started a 4-game Eastern Conference road trip. And the first game of the trip was by far one of the most toughest games that we're going to have this season, at least early season, and it was against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Toronto was coming in strong, ready to play. Big names, Austin Matthews, Jonathan Tavares just named captain. Blues coming off a come-from-behind win and a little bit of an emotional loss to the Capitals on opening night. So this game, to me, it felt like it was going to be tough. And I wonder what I said the score of the game was going to be. On the same time, their goaltending is blah, and it can be exploited, and it needs to be exploited. That's the Blues are going to win, and they're hoping for it. So for this game, I think the Blues should be able to win this one. I think it'll be tight. If they can keep Matthews off the board, Blues 3, Toronto 2. Mark it. That's right. I nailed it. St. Louis 3, Toronto 2. First period, this kind of felt like the second period of the last 2 games. There were long periods of no shots. The Blues only took 7 shots in that period. I think at the 12-minute mark, they'd already had 5. So in the last 12 minutes of the first period, they took 2 shots. That's kind of off the mark for me. Be a little more aggressive, but I also get it. You're in Toronto. This is going to be a tough game. This is the first time that you've gone into a visiting arena as the defending Cup champions, and there's some media and stuff like that you're going to be involved in. So the team had a little bit to get used to. I think they did well, though, because here we come into the second period. Now, the second period of the first 2 games, like I just talked about, were pretty dense. They were pretty dumb. They were pretty bad. Not this time. The Blues traded punches with the Toronto Maple Leafs, figuratively. A lot of back and forth, some good skating, good chances. Bennington was on his head. One of the things I said in the last show was I thought that the goaltending of Toronto could be exploited. Well, at 8:30 of the second period, Bennington clears the puck, goes up on the right-hand side, I couldn't see which Blues player was there. It looked like somebody touched it. There was a blue player and a maple leaf, a blue and a maple leaf right there. But from there, it kind of moves up to Barbashev. Barbashev makes a clearing or an opening pass to a streaking Sonny D. Sundqvist, and Oscar Sundqvist buries the puck. Absolutely beautiful goal. He gets the assist from Barbashev, and Bennington gets his first point, and that's pretty good for a goalie this early in the season. And Barbashev, man, I love you, man. I love you. I think you're a great player. But see, I'm not the only one that loves you. There's a fan out there named Elizabeth Mudd, and Elizabeth is an absolute fan of Sonny D. She put up this picture. And I got to tell you, Sonny, you have a new nickname. You are now Mater. And Sonny, and I just want you to know this, Oscar, if you happen to watch this show or someone tells you about it or shows you this meme, you need to understand that this meme was done in love. Elizabeth absolutely loves animation and she loves cars, and she thought that Mater was the underrated star of that show, and she's kind of right. And her comparison is that in many ways you're underrated on the Blues. You were definitely underrated on Pittsburgh. That's why they got rid of you. And you've done an outstanding job on the Blues. Dude, keep it up. I love this picture. It's sure better than the other one I've shown. Remember that one? Okay, so now we're going to move on to the bad part of the game. So at 11:34, just a minute and a half later, Frederick Gunther, I probably pronounced his name wrong, buries a goal that I think is kind of funky. He got it from Spezna and Patan. Spezna was right by the back of the net and had his stick up here, batted it up, and then batted it to Gunther, and Gunther puts it in the empty net. Now, I always thought a high stick was any stick above the crossbar, but actually, and I had to get schooled on this rule, if you score a goal, it's a high stick is above the crossbar. If you pass it, it's above your shoulders. Well, this wasn't above his shoulders, but it was definitely above the crossbar. If you can't score a goal with the stick in that position, I kind of find it funny that you can pass with the stick in that position, but that's the rules. It was a good goal. Blues looked at challenges, but didn't it? And it seemed like the Blues might have been reeling a little bit, that goal kind of put them off, that they thought it was a high stick, shouldn't have been a goal, and it upset them a little bit. And it upset them enough that at 24 seconds later, Nylander makes this game 2-1. Gets assists from CC and Johnson, and it was a very pretty goal. He made Benny look bad. He come down the right-hand side, came across, got Bennington spread out, buries the puck. Now, at this point, the game is looking kind of iffy, and you're wondering, are the Blues going to be able to come back? Or is this that second period woes we've seen? Well, the one thing that this team has shown us early that they didn't show us last year is that there's fight left in them, that they've got fight. And at 19:12, Tarasenko from behind the net passes to Schwartz. Schwartz is looking for Schenn, but in the pass, it hits a skate, and the puck goes in an open area. Schenn moves up, grabs it, and fires it in. 2-2. That is a good way to end a period, and hopefully it would carry over. Well, that's exactly what it did. Third period kind of mimicked the second, the trading, back and forth, but I think it was at 7:51. At 7:51 of the third period, our captain, Alex Pietrangelo, gets his second goal of the season and his 400th point. Passes from Perron, and wow, am I saying this name a lot? Blaze. Sammy, keep it up. Man, boy, I don't know what lit under your ear, but you're going to become a superstar. Do not give it away. Keys to the game. The things that I looked at this game and I really enjoyed is they kept Matthews and Tavares off the score sheet. They were out there, but they kept them off. Bennington looked great. Bennington looked like the Bennington of the regular season, not the Bennington of the playoffs. Huh? What are you talking about? the Bennington playoffs, win the cup. Yeah, he did win the cup, but his goals against average and his save percentage were not the best. Okay, and I love Bennington. I think he's a great goalie. A lot of people put way too much in him. He does make some, absolute superhero saves. I give that to him. But there's things that he does that are questionable. All goalies do. Brodeur did it, right? Patrick Waugh did it. Dominic Hasek did it. There's not a goalie, Jacques Plant, right? Glenn Hall. There's not a goalie you're going to find that did something that upset you. That's fine. Bennington played great. Small concern, shots. St. Louis had 30. They gave up 34. Last year, they were one of the better teams at giving up shots, at holding the opponent. This year, that's kind of getting up there. Power play, St. Louis was 0 for 3. That is highly questionable. And the Toronto was 0 for 2. All in all, good game. Look forward to it. I thought it was going to be the toughest game of the road trip. You get that first win out of there. This road trip should be a pretty good one. Our next game is against what I think is the worst team in the league, the Ottawa Senators. Ottawa right now is 0-2-0. They have a goal differential of -5. They have nobody on that team that's doing anything. St. Louis is 2-1, goal differential of +1. All three of St. Louis's games this year have been by 1 goal. St. Louis's power play, let's get back up to, Ottawa. Their goals against per game is 4.5, and that's bad. Their power play percentage is 0. They have yet to score a power play goal. And their penalty kill is 62.5%. Areas to be exploited. Our weak power play should find some health here. Should. St. Louis's goals against per game is 2.33. That's 6th overall in the league. Really good number. Their power play percentage is 14.3. Again, we talked about the power play being down there a little bit. Penalty kill is 85.7. That's actually pretty good. I think they've only given up 1. They've given up 1 power play goal and 1 shorthanded goal. So that's not too bad. On Ottawa, players to watch out for are Brady Tkachuk. Brady, this is his chance to make himself tradable. He's got to really outplay what everybody expects of him. It's the second season. There's not a lot around there, but he scored 2 goals already. He leads the team with 2 goals and 2 points. This is the team that he grew up watching. I think he wants to prove a point. I think he'd like to do good. And more than likely, his dad, Walt, Keith Tkachuk, should be in the arena, or if not, maybe his mom. We'll see. The other one I think to watch out for is in the negative aspect, or in a good aspect for the Blues, is Craig Anderson, the goalie. He's 0-2 with a 4.58 goals against average and an .875 save percentage. This is the guy that our snipers can really exploit. And when you look at this game on paper, you're thinking, wow, easy win. I'm thinking trap game. This has all the makings of a trap game. Go in there too early. You're pumped up. You're thinking, oh, we're going to win this game in our sleep. And next thing you know, you're down 3-0. The Blues need to play smart. They need to play aggressive, and they need to play puck control. Exploit the exploitables and defend yours. Now, I've gone back and forth in this game. Is it going to be a trap game, or is it going to be a win game? And I just think this early in the season that having this good start is going to continue. I don't think that even if Ottawa got up by a goal or 2, that they could maintain it. Anderson's just not that good of a goal. We have too many good goal scorers. I could easily see Blaze getting a goal. I can see I could see Sundqvist getting a goal. I could see Tarasenko getting a goal. I could see Shen getting a goal. I could see O'Reilly getting a goal. There's a lot of pieces there. I could see Parayko getting a goal with that big old shot of his. I'm looking forward to this game. I called the last one right, and I'm hoping I call this one right. St. Louis 5, Ottawa 2. Well, now it's time for my favorite part of this show, the About the Fan segment. I always say that this is a program that is by a fan, for the fans, and most definitely about you, the fans. One of the problems I have is I'm running out of fans and fans of the game. I'm running out of views. I need you guys to step up. So here's my contact information. If you want to be a fan of the game, or have your tattoo shown, or you got a blues pet that you'd like to show, you need to email me at HawaiiBluesfan, one word, at hawaii.rr.com. Send me 3 to 5 pics. The more pics, the better. Right? If you just send one pic, that's all I'm talking to. Give me more pictures. Let me have different views. Let me have different angles. Show me different things. I know you guys got them out there. I see them on the web pages. I see them in the blues groups. Show me what you got. And then give me a short bio. If it's a tattoo, tell me where you got it done. Tell me who done it. If you don't think they did a good job, you don't. But if you think they did a good job and they deserve business, tell me what they were. Pet of the week. What kind of dog or cat it is. What kind of pet it is. What's special about it. Why you like it. Why you named it what you did. Things like that. Fan cave of the week. I haven't had one yet. I'm working on one. I seen a really good one out there. Trying to get a hold of the owner. But show me your fan caves. Take pictures of your fan cave. Tell me about it. Why you have certain things where you have them. Let's show off your blues fanhood to other blues fans. That's why I do this show. So I have a very special, very famous fan of the game. My fan of the game is none other than Allison Chandler. Now, Allison, you guys might know. She's been at games. She's been in the groups. Allison is in a wheelchair. She has spastic quadriplegia cerebral palsy. Basically, it affects her limbs, her arms, and her legs, and she has some use of them, but not a lot. She can't walk. She can't really move her arms as much. She doesn't have a lot of strength in them. So she has to get around in a wheelchair. Her dad took her to her first game, got her being a fan back in 06. Took her to her first game, I think it was 09, and she was, she learned how to watch the puck. She just really got into it. In 2015, the wheelchair that she was in needed an upgrade. It was dying. So she went to Quantum Rehab, and there's a person there by the name of Michael Freehill. Mike, I got to give you credit. Mike is a Blackhawks fan. Mike told Allison, I can make you a blues-themed wheelchair. Do you want to go mild or wild? And she said, let's go mild, half jokingly, and that's what he did. He made her this beautiful chair that she can get around with. Now I'm going to show this short video. This video here shows Allison in his chair. It has something they called eye control. It will allow the chair to raise up 12 inches when Allison's crossing the street so people can see her, when she's talking to people, just to give that view, height level. Allison has been able to see the cup a couple of times. Her favorite memory is the cup winning the cup, being a longtime fan, at least for 06. I figured that's a longtime fan. And then her favorite player is none other than number 50, your goalie, Jordan Bennington. Allison, thank you so much for allowing me to show off you, your chair, and your fanhood on the Blue Note Fan Report. I am absolutely honored to highlight you on tonight's show. So let's move to Tattoo of the Game. Our tattoo is my first Stanley Cup and World Series tattoo. This tattoo here is on Kirk Martin. If you look at it, it's got the World Series trophy in the bottom with the bird on the bat emblem, sitting right over the Mississippi River, arch in the background, and just behind the clouds of a summer storm is the Stanley Cup with the Blues emblem. This tattoo is very well done, very well shaded. I think Kurt said he was going to get color. Kirk, if you get color in this, let me know. I will re-highlight it. This tattoo was done by Josh Sutton from Sutton Tattoo Company in Evansville, Indiana. Josh, outstanding job. I love all of the details that are in this thing. I love the shading. I loved how you use the different layers of the ink. It just really really pops, and this is a pretty good tattoo. Kirk, I gotta say, thank you so much for showing off your tattoo and being the tat of the game. Now, let's talk about pet of the game. Now, I didn't have a pet last time. I went back through some old posts I did, and I found these two. Cujo, the Akita, and I hope I say this name right, Tylog. Tylog is a husky. Their mom, Cheyenne Gibson, sent me a picture of them and said I could use them. I got in contact with her, and she sent me these other pictures that you're seeing now. Cujo is named after who other than Curtis Joseph, her favorite goalies. Cujo just turned 3 on October 1st, and Tylog will turn 2 on September 21st, or did turn 2 on September 21st. These two dogs are beautiful. I love the pictures of them in their jerseys, the picture of them with their birthday smiling. These are two great dogs. I love dogs. I'm a big dogs person. I love bulldogs. If you got a Blues bulldog out there and you want to get it on the show, absolutely. I've shown a couple of them so far. They're Tiffany and Butcher. They're two of my favorite dogs that I've shown. You guys get out there and show me your pets. Well, I think it's been a great show. I enjoy being back. The ranking show should have been out today, but it'll be out tomorrow. I got a little bit of work to do on it. You guys may watch it. You may not. I don't know. But I like doing it. You know, my motto is, I'm bleeding blue with you. But you know what? I'm not the only one. Hey, buddy. Who are you?
My name is Jackson. HawaiiBluesfan, and we're bleeding blue with you. Let's go, Blues! Let's go, Blues!
Boy, you got it right, Jackson.
Let's go, Blues!
Let's go, Blues! Let's go, Blues! This is the Hawaii Blues fan saying aloha, mahalo. I'm bleeding blue with you, and I'll see you on the next Blue Note Fan Report. Aloha!